Broke up with my fiancée and had to call an ambulance to come get her. I just need to tell someone I am the worst person. My fiancée and I have been together for a year and a half. Things started off great. I've never had a connection like that with anyone. We laughed at the same things, and she entranced me with her wit. She kept me honest, challenged me in all the right ways. She made me a better person until she quit her job for health reasons. Health reasons that I learned tonight were not real. For the past 8 months, I've been supporting her financially while working my first teaching job and coaching 2 sports. It was exhausting, but I loved her. It made sense to me. You do things that hurt you to help the one you love. This is around the time I started questioning things. Each time I brought it up, it was flipped around to me thinking of her as a liar or not trusting her, or anything she could say to make me feel like a bad enough person to apologize and comfort her. I truly believed I was the worst person. I thought I had trust issues. I thought I was treating her badly, even though I did everything in my power to give her what she needed. Lately, she doesn't even leave the couch or bed, and I've been waiting on her. Cleaning everything, cooking all the meals, and paying all the bills. She almost had a job, and then quit before she even started. That's when I started having doubts about the relationship. I should have sooner, but I was too concerned about her to see what was happening. She had cut me off from friends and family, even her own family, because she had told so many lies that she was afraid they'd tell me something she'd said. But tonight I reached my limit. She had picked a fight over something small, and I told her I couldn't do it anymore. She tried to swallow a bottle of pills, so I called 911. And she's on a 96-hour hold now, or will be soon. She called me trying to get me to promise to think about our relationship, but I gave her no false hope. Just a promise to look after her dog until she could come get him. I feel like the worst person, and I just needed someone to know. Thank you for reading. Edit: I can't thank you all enough for your kind words and supportive comments. I can't pretend I'm blameless in all of this. I know I could have ended things sooner, or done a better job getting her the help she needs. This is my point of view, my truth, and I'm sure her truth is very different. I harbor no ill will towards her. I just want her to get better, but we will not be getting back together. Thank you all again. I wonder if she's done this with previous boyfriends. This all sounds straight out of an abuser's playbook. Rushed commitment, forced dependency, isolation, manipulation, then financial abuse. Please reconnect with your family and let her family know where she is so they can support her. Do not let her back into your life. I second this. Please get in touch with your loved ones, friends, or family. Just people you can depend on in this hard time. Have someone else be responsible for her. Honestly reminds me of someone I was once friends with. Told me her husband was mistreating her, and not long thereafter said she was in love with a man in prison for forcing himself on multiple women. I thought she was being abused, and just any positive male attention was love to her. But then more and more crazy stuff happened, and I learned she had cheated on a boyfriend before, but the person who she cheated on her boyfriend with, she later accused of violating her. I started to think none of these claims was really true, and she'd cheat and make up some trauma to excuse it. I'd cut her off by then, so I will never know for sure. But everything made way more sense if what she'd said just wasn't true. Some people just commit to a story and commit to patterns of behavior instead of addressing their BS. You did the right thing. This is a glimpse into what your future will look like if you take her back. Don't be manipulated. OP seriously dodged the bullet there. If you were fortunate enough to find this out as soon as you did, consider it a bargain and a blessing. You could have learned this after 5 or 10 plus years of marriage. Now you don't have to worry about getting a divorce either, which is expensive in several ways. While she's on that hold, I'd pack up all her stuff and have her family come and pick it up. If you take her back in once she's out, she'll probably find another way to manipulate you into letting her stay, while you keep supporting her. Did the same thing as him. She threatened to end herself, and her family called me saying if she does anything to herself, it's my fault. So I called the police to try save her. The next day I get a call from her sister, saying my ex needs to stay with me for the night because she has nowhere to go. I'm an idiot and stayed in separate rooms, until late at night she phones up her sister, and they try saying I should let her stay even if we aren't together and the whole works. Saying if I loved her, she'd be staying with me. I still let her stay the night because I'm a moron and love her. The next day she's sent off to her sister's, and ever since, I've been bombarded with texts, fake accounts, and her family all pleading I take her back, because they can't have someone who does nothing around the house and has no income there. Heck, even one time her sister called me breaking down my expenses to me, explaining why I should let the ex stay over since I can afford it. So can they, but they just don't want to. Safe to say that put a nail in the coffin. I am just a bank with a jump to my ex, and it seems Opie is the same to his ex. Wish Opie nothing but the best. Sounds like you did the right thing. Yes, there will be reasons for why she lied about her health situation, but deceiving you like that is not okay. I hope she gets the help she needs and hope you manage to stick to your guns. The self-harm attempt is tragic, but you are not a bad person for asserting your boundaries. Thank you for the nice reply. I will stick to my guns. I just feel horrible right now. I caused a wedding to be canceled, and I couldn't be happier. I found out that a girl I went to class with slept with 2 guys behind her fiancé's back. This really bothered me because during the class, she wouldn't shut the heck up about how she couldn't wait to be married and start a family. It also made me think of my own engagement and how betrayed I'd feel if my fiancé was cheating on me. The guilt of knowing what she had done weighed heavily on me, so I took it upon myself to make an anonymous Instagram account, contact him, and tell him what I knew. He didn't believe me and ended up blocking me, but it did make me feel better knowing that I tried to do the honest thing. Fast forward about a month, she messages the old class group chat, saying that whoever sent those messages needs to come forward now. No one had a clue what she was talking about, except me. Apparently, he confronted her the other day, canceled the wedding, and broke up with her. She started getting upset with all of us, blaming us as if we were in the wrong. I'm not gonna say anything about it, but at this point, I couldn't be bothered by it, even if she did find out it was me. She got what she deserved, and her fiancé can go find someone more faithful to spend his life with. Also, just to clarify how I got the info, I initially heard about it from multiple friends in the class, but she later admitted to it when one of our classmates cracked a joke about it, and she got upset with him. I wouldn't have messaged her now ex-fiancé based on rumors. It wasn't until she admitted to it herself that I decided I'd inform him. If you don't mind me asking, but what was her defense? She was drunk, or at least that was the main thing I got out of her tantrum that had any validity to it. She would come to class with many bottles of Fireball to spike her drinks with. She tried pointing fingers at other people trying to put the blame on them because they picked on her in class. It was a pathetic attempt to push the blame onto anyone else but her. Bless you. I wish someone would have told me before I moved across the country to be with a guy. I didn't find out until the girl who thought she was his girlfriend caught us boning and started smashing my head against a glass table. She broke his face in with the butt of a rifle he was building her. It was the same one he was building me actually. Not identical, there was only one. He has titanium in his face now and is a cop, which is so twisted. When I went out to my car to leave, she followed me out and asked if I knew. I told her he was cheating on both of us. She asked me to meet up with her and talk sometime later, but I was like, LOL no, you're dangerous and I don't trust you not to do something insane. Left the state a few months later. It was years ago, but definitely still causes trust issues to this day. I would have done anything to know what I was getting into. Edit, y'all, this was when I was 19, I'm 27 now. He didn't ever physically harm me, the assaulter was the other girl. He's a crappy dude, but I hope in an almost decade that he's figured stuff out. I know he's a cop, but I don't know where, and definitely don't plan on deep diving and reporting that my boyfriend almost a decade ago cheated on me, which is technically the only thing he did. I broke up with him because he lived and breathed toxic, but that's not really grounds to destroy his career. I am glad that she got mad at him first, and when she asked you if you knew, she believed you and wanted to talk and not blame you. I hate when women get mad at other women. Unless the other woman knows and still pursues or continues the relationship with the man, women should not get mad at each other. Put the blame where it belongs, on the cheater. I wish someone had contacted me within the past 6 months. February was our 10-year anniversary of being together, and I thought we were happy. Turns out, I wasn't having nearly as much bedroom action as she did. I'm so sorry to hear that. Am I wrong for moving out after my best friend reveals a secret? I, 23 female, have been friends with Jane, 23 female, for 5 years. We met at work and quickly became best friends. After a few months, we ended up moving into an apartment together. Early on, Jane set me up with David, 27 male, who she knew from work. They worked in the same department, while I worked in a different department. David and I hit it off. It started with flirting and eventually we exchanged numbers and started dating. Jane was really excited that I was dating David because he was such a great guy. Fast forward 3 years, and David and I broke up. He was moving for a new job opportunity, and I wasn't interested in moving with him. I considered the breakup to be completely mutual and on good terms. I still loved and cared for David, and he expressed he felt the same for me. It's been 2 years, and honestly, I only consider David a good friend. I'm not hung up on him, and as far as I know, he's not hung up on me either. We've both moved on, though we often exchange texts and catch up on social media. Last week, Jane and I were enjoying a Friday night and getting wine drunk and watching trashy reality TV. In the episode, a girl had been cheated on. Jane was quiet for the rest of the episode, then paused it when the credits started to roll. She said she had something to confess. My first thought was she wanted a heart-to-heart until she brought up David. My heart sank. He cheated on me for 2 out of the 3 years we'd been together, with 3 different women, all of which worked with Jane and David. Jane knew the entire time and didn't say a thing to me. She said she didn't know how to tell me, so she figured she'd be quiet and hoped that I would eventually find out on my own. I never found out because she'd also been lying for him, making excuses and telling me he had special projects and business trips. I didn't stay to listen to anything else. I just packed a bag and went to my mom's house. I blocked her number and spent the weekend crying in my mom's lap. I had to block David as well because he started blowing up my phone on Saturday evening. On Monday, I called into work for the week and waited for Jane to leave for work before going back to the apartment and packing up all of my things. I left my key on the kitchen island. It's been a week now. I've had to block her and David from social media because they won't stop trying to contact me. Yesterday, Jane showed up to my mom's house, and when my mom didn't let her in, she stayed outside for an hour, begging me to hear her out. So, am I in the wrong here? Should I forgive her since it's in the past? Not the a-hole. So your best friend set you up with this great guy, then he cheats on you for 2 out of the 3 years of your relationship. And your BFF assisted him with the cheating, and she never told you about the cheating for 4 years? Sorry to tell you, but she has never been your friend. She was always your ex's friend first. She lied to you 4 out of the 5 years you were friends. If you want to hear her out, by all means do it. But ask yourself one question: will you trust anything she has to say? For all you know, BFF and ex could have been sleeping with each other behind your back. At this point, you can't believe anything either one of them has to say. Remember, they both lied to you for 4 years. And they are still friends. It's been 2 years since David moved away, but obviously Jane still talks to him. I think you nailed it. Jane was and has always been David's friend, never Opie's. I agree, she's not your friend Opie. You can forgive, but it doesn't mean that you have to remain friends with her. Forgiveness is for your peace of mind, not holding on to bad feelings which eventually eats you up. Most people knows of someone who is so full of hate that it makes them unbearable to be around. Not the a-hole. Not the a-hole. With friends like that, who needs enemies? Please get tested for STIs. I also don't understand the in the past argument. If you murdered someone and you were able to hide the fact for a few years, can you just claim it's in the past so no one should still be upset? The past matters. The lies they both told you for years matter. It's in the past for the liar and the cheater, but it is happening just now to the person that never knew. Opie should absolutely cut ties with them. The cheating was 2 years ago, the lying was still happening until the heart-to-heart. It's very much the current issue. She's panicking about paying rent. She had literal years. To tell you the truth, nothing she has to say now is worth listening to. 100% this is it. And it's not in the past for you, because you just found out about it. It's in your present. And it's not in her part because she's dealing with the fallout of her bad actions now too. If you can score a better job and move away to the other side of town where you don't have to run into her, make every effort to do it. The less contact, the better. You might as well look for higher wages or better working conditions while you're at it.